everyone, welcome. Thanks for checking out the video, I really appreciate it. So anyway, today we are making this. It is a little wear plate I'm going to be putting onto the squat rack that I made in my first video. So I need this because the knurling of my bar has been kind of making a little divot into the bar rest of my squat rack. And when I first made it, I made that section perfectly flat so the bar could sit in one spot and easily roll around. Now with the groove, it still does that, but I don't want it to get any worse. So I'm going to put this plate in so that the knurling can just eat away at that, and then when it gets too big, I can just take that out and put a new one in and save basically my whole squat rack from any damage, because on mine, I'll put a picture of it up, but on my squat rack, the bar rest is the upright, it's all one piece, so if that's get damaged, then I have to replace the whole thing. So this just can be a simple, cheap thing I can throw in. It'll take the damage from the knurling of the bar, and then if I need to, I can just take that out, put a new one in, and be ready to go. So that's what we're doing. It should be pretty simple. I don't think it'll take that long, so let's get to it. So the material I chose to use for this was cutting board, just regular cutting board, because you can get it pretty much anywhere. It's pretty durable and easy to work with. Now I have two cutting boards because when I went to Canadian Tire, the ones that were the thickness that I wanted were more expensive than I wanted to pay for some cutting board. So then I found some ones that were a cheaper price. So I just thought I'd get two of them, glue them together, and that would be fine. I just wanted to jump in here. I'm going to show you the rest of the build and everything I did wrong, but I just wanted to say before I start doing that, just buy one thick cutting board and then you don't have to deal with any of the stuff that I screwed up in this video. You don't have to worry about gluing it. You don't have to worry about attaching two different pieces together. It's going to be way simpler. Just get one board. I'm going to go back to the video and show you everything that I screwed up on. The first thing you're going to want to do is take some measurements. So get those measurements of the area that you want to protect. Transfer them onto your cutting board so you know the area that you're going to be cutting out. Next, you're going to want to get yourself an appropriately sized clamp so you can secure your piece. Give it a little tickle to make sure it's stable. And then you can find the largest, most dull saw you can find and start cutting away. Once you're sufficiently annoyed, you can put that down and remember that you have a fine-tooth saw from a miter box that will work a lot better, and use that to finish your cut. Now put your weapon on safe and continue cutting the rest of the pieces out. Give your pieces a good sanding. We're going to be gluing these together, so you really don't want any rough edges or anything that can get in the way of adhesion. I had an instructor in my trades training that always said, if you don't feel comfortable rubbing your on it, it's not smooth enough. Now came time to glue it all up. For this, I used contact cement. I just put a thick coat on each piece, put them together, and put some weight on it to hold it down. I let it sit for the recommended time on the can, and then came back to check on them, and this happened. Yeah, that didn't work. So I thought I knew how contact cement works, but clearly I do not. I was treating it like a wood glue, putting the two pieces together while wet, but apparently you're supposed to let it dry and then put them together. I also don't know if the cutting board is a good material for contact cement because it's very slick on the outside. So instead of trying again, I just gave up and tried super glue. I did that on a test piece and it worked really well, so I decided to use it on the actual pieces. So after gluing, you can see it's pretty close. It's just a little bit large in one direction. So I just clamped it down and hit it with the orbital sander for a little bit to bring that dimension down. And now it's got a perfect fit. So here's why you need a thicker plate, is to countersink the head of the screw down beneath the surface of the plate so it doesn't touch your bar at all. So after laying out my measurements of where I wanted to put the holes, I drilled my pilot holes and then transferred those pilot holes onto the rack and then came back to upsize the holes on the plate. Since I don't have a countersink bit, I'm just using a drill bit that's the same width as the head of my screw, and then I'm going to use that drill bit to drill down a few millimeters into the plate and hide the head of the screw. After installation, it's basically complete. The only thing that needs to be done now is changing the position of the front piece of wood that holds the bar onto the rack. I had this piece that I used as a jig to show me what height to put it at. So now I just put that same piece of wood on, and then I unscrewed and moved up the piece of wood that holds the bar on the rack. And I'm back. I'm just going to do the outro like this because I just watched what I had filmed for the outro and it was so bad. Anyway, I just want to say thanks for watching all the way to the end. Let me know down in the comments if this is something that you're going to make for your own DIY gym equipment. I think it's going to be great for just the longevity of the equipment that you took time to make. If you're looking to outfit your own gym, hit the link in the description and go to Synergy Fitness. Now obviously I like to make a lot of my equipment, but I couldn't make a barbell, so when it came time to buy one of those, I compared a lot of companies and Synergy was the clear winner. Their products and customer service are amazing, so hit the link in the description and use code FAWCET15 at checkout for 15% off. If you could hit the like button, that'd be great. It really helps grow the channel. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.